Have you ever paid attention? Have you ever paid attention to the reaction that humanity have all the way across the board when you expose them and you are credible? And let me say that very carefully and soberly. You are a credible witness to what they have done. I didn't say you heard what somebody said. I said you are a credible witness. And you ever notice how angry people get? There's no shortage here on YouTube of injustices that cops do. You know, cops have the backing of the state on them. So pretty much you can be going down the road one day, they can pull you over, shoot you, and claim self-defense simply because they have a badge, a uniform, and a gun, and they represent the state. Now, your side of the story is not going to be told because you're dead. Also, we're at a great disadvantage because they can turn around and literally accuse us of anything, resisting arrest, assault on a police officer. They can write in their report, and the court systems are already inclined to believe what the police says over you, bar none. And by the time they get finished manipulating, coercing the jury, if there's ever a jury trial, they got you. And so for some way, somehow, in this society, these police officers seem like they have immunity to do whatever the hell they want. And the news media even backs them up. I mean, for instance, you'll see some injustices that will take place. Definitely, you can see the cops in the wrong. And the media will either pull the video or either they will say words because you've been trained in the public food system to try to sway your conscience to think another way, because believe it or not, they do care about public sentiment because they don't want a revolution or a riot on their hand like they had in Rodney King's day. Because I really don't think that they have too much or the powers that be have too much to worry about that, since we're so fluorinated as a people. And since the people are so fluorinated and stuff and have so much mercury in them, their ability to resist is almost just stripped away. You're mostly dealing with a shell of men and shell of women in the time that we're living in. But for those of us that exercise independent thinking, a little bit of self-autonomy, we're critical. And we use critical thinking in everything that we do, and we realize what we're up against. So we have to take careful steps. I mean, after all, I'm a very vocal preacher. Yes, I am. I'm a very vocal preacher. And anytime, if you ever hear Pastor Dow getting pulled over because I've done something wrong, don't believe it. If you ever see that they're going to put me up in front of the news camera and said that I was running drugs or running some type of prostitution ring or I'm some type of gangster or something like that, presenting as a pastor, or I've done this or I've done that, do not believe it, because it's not my character. It's not my nature. What I'm saying, they can frame you anytime they want. And you know what the world does as soon as they hear something? Oh, I knew it. No, you didn't. No, you did not know it. You don't know me. You didn't know it. And that's the type of system we're up against. Anyway, RP449 has resurrected a video that YouTube as well as other people have taken down a long, long time ago about 15 cops viciously beating 3 men, and then they claim, look at this, the excuse was stress on the police job, stress of the job. Well, if you're so stressed you can't exercise self-control, then you need another occupation then, don't you? Again, I asked the question, how long will the American public continue to keep putting up with these type of injustices? You can see when you go into the court systems that you're already finished, you're jacked, there's no justice in the land. How long are we going to continue to keep putting up with this type of stuff? And you can feel the pressure, you can feel the push. I mean, our system are nothing but liars, just flat out liars. They all are liars. The preachers are liars, these big time mega churches. Let me tell y'all something. If you hadn't figured it out by now, this T.D. Jakes, Eddie Long, Juanita Bynum, Creflo Dollar, Benny Hinn, TBN, Kenneth Copeland, all these people, haven't y'all figured it out by now that all of these people are CIA operatives? Haven't y'all figured it out by yet? Y'all hadn't figured? You mean to tell me that you people are that dumb that you can't figure it out by now? I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I used to give humanity a whole lot more credit for things than I normally do. But anyway, I think it's very vital and it's very important that we revisit and look at this video again. No telling the flack we may get from this since we're being censored on everything today. And mind you, I'm trying to be tactful and respectful as possible whenever I do make these videos. I really, truly am. We're in a bad way. And it's bad when they can easily sway our minds when we have so many false accusers that are lined up. You think about it. This world put Jesus to death, and that man never did nobody wrong, and he never did one sin. He never did anybody wrong, and he never committed any sin, and yet they killed him. They murdered him. Those of us who choose to follow the way. Now, again, you can choose to follow. You can choose not to follow. That's ultimately up to you. That's your decision. And I respect your right to pick and choose and follow any way that you choose in this life. But if you make the wrong decision, no, you're going to burn. But if they've done that to him, what do you think they're going to do with anybody who just even simply tells the truth? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to be hated. So I said all that to say this. I want all you people out there, every single one of you, I want you all out there to pay attention to false accusers, false brethren, false witnesses, and just liars. Pay attention to those people. See, if anybody accuses anybody of anything, see if you first can probe into those people's lives to see if they have any honor and integrity of heart for themselves as well. And then see if you can make a sound judgment based on their life. Because if their life is not on display, and if they were not there to be a credible witness, then you have a slander and a deceiver on your hand. That's what you've got. And you need to ask yourself, if you're so quick to believe a lie, and if you're so quick to believe an allegation, and if you're so quick to believe somebody who falsely accused someone without having sincere, credible witnesses there, what kind of character, what kind of heart, and what kind of integrity? The truth is, what kind of man or woman are you? Would you want somebody to be that way towards you? That's a question we all need to ask. Anyway, I think it'd be a good idea for us to revisit and look at this video. And that's the truth. And that's the truth straight away.